Nico, why are you here today?
Well, I hope to build a business, an AI business that's actually profitable.
Right.
I want to do 20 grand, 30 grand a month,
hmm
and I've been struggling to get there.
Okay.
Struggling bad.
How long have you been trying to build an AI business for now?
It's been a little over a year in the space
hmm
and about 8 months of just going all in on the business.
Okay. Year and 8 months has been really focusing on trying to make this work. So in the last 8 months, what have you been struggling with the most and what model have you been running?
I've been flip-flopping a lot with my model because there's so much information online. And it's a little bit of an overload. I hear this person saying to do this way, this person saying to do that way, and it gets
Yeah.
confusing. So I'm
Yeah, 100%.
trying all these different models at once, trying to make it work. But the one that I stuck to because it just seemed like it would work the best is much more like freelance. It's like reaching out to the brands who already know that they want some kind of AI implementation or need some kind of automation and just saying, hey, I'll do that for you for this set fee or for this hourly rate. And it's just in terror. When I first started, 8 months ago, at least there was a little bit more leverage I had because I could, make things happen. But I just noticed like week after week as things got better and better and services got cheaper and cheaper, I had to charge less and less. But then scope of the project was becoming larger and larger. So it's taking more hours from me, but I was making significantly less.
Interesting. So just to summarize, you've gone down the path of trying to sell your time for money. Which platforms are you on right now trying to do that?
So I've reached out to LinkedIn, Upwork. Those are the main two I did. And then I did cold calling a little bit and that didn't work out too well.
Got you. Okay. So you went through those platforms, you're selling your time for money. You were selling it for an hourly rate. What was the hourly rate you've been getting paid for on average?
So I went hourly in the beginning, kind of. I would angle it as set fee, which would break down to this hourly rate. But because I'm also like learning it and things, come with this hiccups always, that hourly rate would never be anywhere close to what I was aiming for. So I'd say this would be 2 grand set fee, right? And then when it comes to the hours I actually had to put in, I mean, there was one project that over 280 hours for 2 grand, and the client ended up not paying me a dollar, and I refunded what he already paid me because I just didn't feel good about it. The whole relationship fell apart. That was my first one.
280 hours.
280 hours. I worked a 21-hour day one day just to try and make it work. I slept 2 hours, went right back to work, slept 2 hours, and then went right back to work and worked straight.
You're motivated though. You really want to make this
I
work.
really wanted to make it work. I've been trying.
So you kind of started there, and then where are you at currently?
I'm at this point where because I've actually built experience, I have a portfolio of work, I'm able to get clients in and I'm able to make some money off of it, but it takes so much time to deliver anything. It's just a struggle. It really is a struggle. Like again, I have clients coming in and money coming in, but if I break down how much time I'm spending to try and get one of those clients and how much time I'm spending to actually deliver what the clients need, it's just not worth it for me. It's not worth it for them. And the whole market's going to change. AI is getting easier and easier, and people can charge less and less. So I'm going to get priced up.
And the thing that's so difficult is you're now competing for services that people are charging $3 to $5 an hour for. You can go on Upwork or on Fiverr. You have people from different countries like Nigeria or the Philippines or India or Pakistan, and they're charging $3 to $4 an hour to set up some sort of voice AI system or text-based AI system. On that point, what service are you currently running at the moment? Are you doing a mixture of different things, just trying to see what works, or are you focusing and niching down into one particular service?
So it's been, again, a flip-flop because I've been trying to decide, what's the best way to go about it? You hear the riches are in the niches, right? But then targeting those niches gets hard. And again, I'm competing even more to people who are more specialized. And like you said, can charge less. So I get priced out of that pretty easily. And then I can do general, but then I'm spreading myself so thin doing 10 different projects in 10 different niches, and then I can't specialize properly.
Yeah.
So it's even more of an issue for me there.
Yeah, I totally understand. You know what? There's so many people going through the exact same thing that you are, and I was actually one of them as well. When I first started selling AI voice agents, it was in the middle of 2024, and I sold my first one for 10K. But only a few months later, I saw people on Upwork selling the same thing that I was selling for $10 an hour for a setup. So it got commoditized so fast, and the market is maturing and moving so quickly, and there's so much competition. And people are trying to make money right now with an AI agency, and they're doing it by selling their time for an hourly rate, or maybe even a small project fee. But long term, as you can see, it's a really difficult thing to do. Now let's get into your goals. What is your goal right now? What are you trying to achieve long term? Let's just say your financial goal for your business. What are you trying to get to?
So let's say I think a comfortable number for me would be 20 to 30K because
You want to get to 20 to 30K?
yeah, somewhere in that range. You know, I've gotten to the 10K mark before, but again, with struggle and no margins, lots of hours put in. And I think if I could reliably and actually get to like a point of 10K, 20K, and then preferably 30K with actual profit, that would be a great number to hit. You know?
Okay. 20 to 30K a month. Now, you said one thing in particular. You said, I want to make 20 to 30K a month profit.
Yeah.
Running the model that you're running now, how many clients would you need to actually make, let's just say 30K a month profit?
I actually don't know if it would be possible. I think it's actually impossible for me to do it. Like a solo operator. Well, it depends what you count as profit. Because if I'm working for $3 an hour on a project because, you know, the scope ended up doubling, it's so hard to say, so unreliable. But in today's market, with where prices are at,
It's almost impossible to do.
I just don't think it's possible anymore.
Yeah.
A year ago, it might have been a little bit more feasible, but not today.
And as it's getting more and more commoditized, and let me explain to you what commoditized means. Commoditized is, it simply means that the same service that you're offering, there are so many people offering the exact same service, and everyone is now just competing on price. The way that you're currently running your AI agency to get to even 20K a month is going to be so difficult just in terms of revenue, but to get 20K per month profit, it's going to be almost impossible. You're going to be pulling your hair out and be so stretched, really. So there needs to be a better way to be able to do this. And I'm going to show you how we have done this and continue to do this month over month. And especially our partners are doing the same thing. But I want to get really clear on the goal here. Why do you want to get to 20 to 30K a month profit?
If I look at my life, like everything that I have going on, the people I want to take care of, the people that matter to me, and the things that matter to me, if I could do that reliably, build a business that's able to do that, I would be able to take care of everyone around me, everything around me, in a manner that allows me to still enjoy life, still spend time with people, and not be so involved every single day that, I mean, I start to lose my mind. You know, I don't like get to spend any of life enjoying it. And rather, I'm living to work rather than working to live. So that number, like I know just for myself, would be able to change my life and the people around me so significantly.
There's a strong emotion behind this goal.
100.
You want to survive for your family. You want to make sure that you have a business that you can actually run without pulling your hair out, without being so stressed, and scale it efficiently. So getting clear on the goal, that's really the first thing. Now, what we need to do is actually map out where you currently are and where we need to get you to. So what we do is we call this our current state. Current state. And then we will have what we call our desired state. And this is really going to pull everything together for you, because it's going to show you clearly the things that you need to do to get from A to B. So what are you currently doing right now in terms of profit?
Profit? Again, it's hard to say because it's pure profit technically.
On average a month, what do you think you're doing profit right now?
Let's say average client, it's changing month after month. It's so hard to put a number on.
Yeah, because you're selling your time for money.
I'm selling it.
Got to keep selling yourself to new clients, getting new projects, hourlies.
It's less profit and more just like how much am I making that I can now move on to the next thing. Because if I stop today, I would instantly go into debt. I'd instantly have to take on that debt because I'm having to constantly cycle debt and, you know, leverage more debt to try and get more clients. And then the client before pays off the next client. So truly,
You're in a constraint cycle right now.
I'm 100%.
You're in a constraint cycle. Actually, I wrote about this particular cycle that agency owners go through. But okay, let's just say you're at your current state right now. Let's just say, as an example, you're doing 3K a year. 3K a year, right? That's a dollar. Great. Good assessor. And your desired state here is to get to 30K a month. This is a 10x jump. So what we want to do is we want to try and figure out the easiest path for you to actually take to get there. That's the simple thing that I can show you today. So to get from 3K a month to 30K a month, there's only a few things that you need. Number one is you need a way to acquire new customers, right? acquisition, acquiring new customers. Then you need a way to sell to those customers. Once you've sold to those customers, you need a way to deliver to them. Right? Now, you're doing this exact same thing right now, but the way in which you're doing it is quite tricky to scale long term. If you want to be able to get to 30K a month, which is 10xing where you currently are, this current method that you're using to get to your desired state is not working because you're pretty much a freelancer now. Now, the way in which you will actually be able to get here in a very short time frame is by having a productized service that you can charge a high ticket premium for. And instead of having, say, 50 clients in your current state where you're charging, a few $100s a month for just to get to 30K a month, you can just have 3 clients and charge them 10K per month and then get to your 30K amount. But what are you actually going to be selling to get there? What do you think that would be?
Like within the 3K model, like where I am right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's everything. Like I would have to sell, like I would need to do a little bit of everything to make that.
Mm-hmm. To get to 30K a month, let's say that we had 3 clients and we were selling those clients for a 10K type of offer. What kind of offer do you believe that we could sell them right now?
I'd need something that could actually like push value. It would
Right.
need to actually be valuable to them.
Great.
It couldn't just be a system that's vanity. So
Great.
it would need to actually have an ROI.
Mhm.
They pay me 10 grand for it. It pays them back, hopefully
Exactly.
by the end of the year,
Exactly.
much more.
Needs to give them a great result at the end. See, a lot of people right now, and including myself, I spend a lot of time building NAN workflows, building chatbots, building these one-off AI services. But what they didn't do is what you said, which is actually deliver an immediate ROI that was trackable for the client. And that made it really difficult to do. So what I figured out that we had to do was we actually had to deliver exactly what businesses wanted in a very simple and easy manner. And what do you think the 2 things are that businesses want? Forget about everything else that people say and what people tend to think that businesses want. As a business owner, if you were to put yourself in their shoes, what are the 2 things that they just want the most?
Well, the first thing would be profit. I think, money, profit.
Right. Money. They want money. What else do they want?
And I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand, but more customers.
Customer. That's it. Money and customers. Customers. Right. So a business owner, at the core of every single goal or objective they have in their business, they're trying to make more money. And in order to do that, they need to get more customers. Whether it's e-com, local service-based, agency, it doesn't really matter. If you're able to get them more customers, which is able to get them or make them more money in a short amount of time, you will then have something that is what we call an immediate ROI, and it actually will be able to be tracked back to the initial investment that they paid. So as an example, if they pay you 10K and you make them 100K, that means you've got a 10X. You've given them a 10X on the money that they invested. You've gotten them more customers and made them more money. That allows you to then charge something at a 10K price point. Does that make sense?
Yes. So
Okay. Now, from what you're doing right now, is there a trackable ROI that you're giving your customers when you build up a voice AI system or a project for them?
very rare.
Very rarely. Great. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're actually able to get to this point. Now, there are many different ways in which you can do this, but right now I'm going to show you the way that we've been able to figure this out, and it's actually quite simple. And I'm going to break it down first, and then we can actually go to each of the points and get a bit more clear about current state. And then we have our desired state. Now, I'm going to run you through the exact data that my partners are using right now. And it's very simple. We work with a local service-based business. Think about local service-based businesses like clinics, IV therapy, car detailers, that kind of thing. They provide a service, right? And these particular people have a database. This database is full of clients who had either come in from an ad or they previously used the products and services from that particular business. They're sitting in a database in their CRA. Now, this database, they generally will have an average of, say, 1,000 cluster leads, depending on the age of the business in that database. That database is sitting there untouched. And guess what? We can actually leverage this database to instantly get them more money and more customers. What I'm going to show you right now is how you're actually able to do this. So, very simple. There's never been a time in history where we've been able to build an entire sales team out that incorporates thousands of sales reps for a business. Let's just say a clinic has 1,000 leads in their database. For the first time in history, you can assign 2 agents who are AI agents, right? On voice plus text to reach out to each of these leads and have one-to-one conversations with every single one of them, and then we'll sell the local businesses products and services to them in real time. You don't have to do anything in terms of calling leads and actually trying to sell them the business's products and services. You can actually just set up 2 agents, a voice agent and a text agent, and these agents will go and communicate with every single lead one by one. It's like having 2,000 sales reps actually working for the business. And all you do is set up the infrastructure, which you can charge, guess what? 10K for, right? You charge 10K for the infrastructure. You charge 10K for the setup of the voice agents and the text agents, and those agents will go out to the database and will sell the business's products and services to them. Now, what do you think about this model as opposed to what you're currently doing?
Well, it solves all the problems. One, it sounds like it's like a repeatable, easily repeatable. There's a system that targets a niche too. So it's going to be specific, repeatable. It actually drives value and it's instantaneous, like you were saying. It's not just like over this long-term period, you see like, oh, there's a benefit here, a benefit there. Like it's instant results that are clear, trackable, and solves all the issues that come up with that model.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about it is it actually gives you, for the first time in history, the ability to leverage technology that was never available before and actually utilize an asset they already have. And that solves so many problems because right now businesses are just trying to make more money and get more customers, and they're doing it by means of running ads, making content, maybe doing SEO, other methods, but they're not actually looking internally for the database, the list that they already have. These voice and text AI agents in the last 6 months have become so good that you actually don't know that you're talking to an AI agent. So I'm going to show you now how you're actually able to go from your current state to your desired state by using this model instead of the model that you're currently running. Okay.
Wonderful. So
in terms of the acquisition first, so how do we acquire these customers? It's very simple. In the AI agency space right now, what is happening is most people are telling you to target what types of businesses?
not local on service businesses. I feel like most of the time they're saying don't target them unless of course you're on Upwork and you're looking at someone who might be selling it. They're like telling you to go for these huge enterprise clients and like these things that most people don't have the resources to, raw knowledge to actually give any value to. So
exactly. And you've obviously been communicating with a few of them. It is so much more difficult to speak to a enterprise business, right? Who has so many people involved in the decision process, as opposed to a local service-based business where you just have one person who you just need to talk to and sell the service to. Yeah. So let's get back to this. So your current state is you're at making 3K a month. You want to get to 30K a month. Great. I'm going to show you exactly how you get there and how we set everything up internally for our partners and how you can do the exact same. So firstly, let's talk about acquisition. You have it at the top there. How do we actually acquire these local service-based businesses? What do you think the easiest method is to acquire these types of people?
Well, I'm personally familiar with cold outreach. That's what I would do. You know, I've cold called, done email. Email kind of sucks with local service businesses from my experience. And then, I mean, I guess you could run ads. That's about all I would think.
Yeah, great alternative. So you have cold outreach and ads. Meta Andromeda. Do you know much about Meta Andromeda and the update that they released recently?
I have a little bit of knowledge, but maybe explain it more for me.
Of course. So Meta Andromeda is a new update that they released since all of the new Gen AI has started to really explode. And this is the ability to create and generate videos and images at scale. So they actually had to change the algorithm in the way that they push ads out to customers. And it's now become easier than ever before to acquire new customers. Oh, wow. And the reason is you don't actually have to set any targeting parameters on the back end of Meta. You just have a great ad creative. And once you have a great ad creative, all the ad creative does is find the exact customer for you. So I personally recommend to run ads. So let's say you run ads, right? It's all about acquisition first. Run some Meta ads. And to create clarity, I'm going to show you exactly what that Meta ad actually looks like. So you'll run an ad, you'll make an ad creative first. And it could be a video or text ad creative. A video ad creative is very simple. You can just turn your mic on, talk to the camera. You can get Claude to write you a script. So let's just say clinics as a whole.
Okay, cool. That works.
So we have an ad creative there. So we had an ad creative. We're going to have either a video or a image. Still image ad creative. Now, you have tools like Higgsfield and Claude that can really help you create these really quickly. Higgsfield is able to generate images and videos at scale, and Claude can help you write amazing scripts for your angles, which is how you're going to be particularly targeting these local service-based businesses. Now, once you have your ad creative, which is either a video or an image ad, you will then have a very simple funnel. And the funnel will have a headline, and then it will have a VSL, and then it will just have a form below. That's it. Headline, VSL, form. So your acquisition system is running Meta ads through using ad creatives, a video and an image ad, to a funnel which has a headline, a VSL, and a form below. Is that clear?
Yes. Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Now, depending on the clarity of your ad creatives, you'll be able to target exactly those clinics that you mentioned. So if we're going for a local service-based clinic, let's just say we're going for an IV therapy clinic. That's a great one. You can just talk directly to the IV therapy clinics. Hey, my name is Nico. I help IV therapy clinics scale and get more customers and make more money instantly. I do it by using a proprietary system where we use voice and text AI agents to reactivate the leads in your database. Click below and you can book a call. That's literally the ad. That's literally the script. That's how simple it is.
Yeah.
You get them into your funnel. It has a headline, a VSL, and a form. The headline is a very simple headline. We will help you get more customers from your database. Easy. The VSL is an 8 to 12 minute VSL of just you breaking it down how it is that you do it. Pretty simple. And the form below is a type form. Have you used type form before?
Yes.
It's a type form integrated with Calendly. Have you used Calendly before? Yes. Yeah. There we go. So the form, what it will do is it will just pre-qualify the lead to make sure that they're qualified for your offer. And from there, towards the end of the form, when they are qualified, they will then get the opportunity to book in a call with you. That's it. That's the acquisition. Once the call has actually been booked, they will then go to a thank you page. I won't take up too much space. And on that thank you page, you will just have a simple training video, which is anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, just breaking down in depth how you actually deliver the service that you're talking about. Right now, we're acquiring qualified leads for anywhere between $30 to $50 for local service-based businesses. And we're able to charge them $10K.
That's a good return right there.
It's a good return, right? It's a great return. And the reason we're able to do that is because, again, we're delivering the outcome that they want. We're delivering their design, their outcome. They want more money or customers using an asset they already have, using infrastructure and systems through using AI agents between voice and text to reactivate that current database and sell the business's products and services to the people on that list. That's how simple it is. Okay? So that is acquisition. And what do you think about that?
Well, I can say just like one of the first thoughts I had is hearing about how much it actually costs for you to get a qualified client. Like if you look at what I was saying earlier, it cost me maybe 130, 250 to get one client. Mm-hmm. And well, that's one lead. That's one like hot
one lead.
Yeah. And then maybe takes 3 of those to actually convert one. And
so let's say 450 roughly?
Roughly 450. And then I might be able to charge 2,000 for that. And it just kind of depends. And then it's a long time horizon.
Long time to work on it.
Everything. So
I get you. So I guess off the bat, just this acquisition system, it just makes a lot more sense for you long term.
A lot more sense.
Now, this entire process here to set up, this can be done within a day because it's so simple. Headline, VSL form. You can get Claude to write you the script through VSL. You can shoot that in the day. You can get all of this set up within literally no time, and you can start writing ads right away and acquiring customers. Now, from there, once you have your customers, you need to sell, right? So from there, you need to jump on a call. So usually just a very simple Google Meet call. How is your sales skills right now?
They're okay.
1 to 10.
I'll say 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you sold high ticket products before?
Never higher than $5,000.
Never higher than $5,000. The $5,000 sale, how did that go?
It went okay. I mean, they already needed what I sold them, so all it really took was showing them that I had the capabilities and probably being before someone else. And again, this is 5-6 months ago when I could charge that. Like, I guarantee you, if I was in that same position now,
You couldn't charge the same
not
amount.
even close. Maybe 1,500, 2,000.
Really?
Yeah. No,
What was the service?
It was voice agent. Funny enough, it was a voice agent, and they just wanted it integrated with their CRM that they already had, which was a more like legacy model. So it just took a little bit of moving around, and then having just a dashboard they could look at it on. And it kind of just had so many issues throughout the entire thing. And I was charging more than it was probably worth at the time. So
you got kind of stuck there.
yeah, if they didn't say we're gonna pay $5,000 for this, then I wouldn't have been able to charge it. Because it's just being in the right place at the right time.
Interesting. Well, do you see how selling that system, you were actually just selling the tool rather than actually selling the outcome?
Yeah.
Do you see that? If you're able to sell the outcome, you're able to charge a lot more. And that's the thing. Businesses just want more customers and more money.
Yeah.
When you're selling a voice agent to them, it's hard to really quantify what the outcome is going to be for them. But if you're able to just sell them more customers and more money, it's a lot easier for you to articulate what it is that you're trying to sell them. And then it's a lot easier for them to just say yes, isn't it? Because they were likely trying to have a voice AI system trying to set up so they can make some more money, right? You can maybe get more booked calls.
Yeah.
There we go, to make more money. So it's great to know that you've spent at least some time in sales. But from here, it's very simple. You will just jump on a Google Meet after you run your ad, and then you will just follow a sales script. Now, you can have Claude write you up a sales script, but I will definitely show you one afterwards. But you can just follow a very simple sales script. And during that sales script, you're focusing on just core components of, we're going to deliver these two outcomes for you, more customers and more money from an asset that you already have. Now, we've actually been able to charge much more than 10K to our clients because we actually are able to do a revenue share with them on the money that the voice and text AI agents actually generate. So one of the case studies that we always come back to, we have quite a few now. We made $111,000 for a customer and we spent just $1,000 for the setup. We did 111x.
Wow.
And we actually didn't do any of the work. It was the voice and text AI agents that did it. The customer had 2,300 leads in her database, and we launched the voice and text AI agents into her database. She paid 10K up front. We were able to use the voice and text agents to go out to the database. The agents went out on day one. They made $89,000 in sales. And then by the third day, they closed 111K in total.
Third day.
And the setup for that was just 4 hours. So now going back to you possibly, as an example, said that you spent 250 hours with one client and then you had to refund them. This model, does it make a lot more sense for you to get to your desired state of 30K a month?
Yeah, again, it handles that issue of delivery. It handles the issue, how much time it takes to deliver the thing as well. And if the agents are handling all of it, you don't have to worry about what they're actually getting out of it. Like it solves 90% of the issues.
Exactly.
100% really.
There we go. And the thing is, you're actually just leveraging the voice and text agents, not to put it into a business and install it there for them to use. You're just using it to get the outcome that they want, and then you're just profit sharing on the outcome with them. So that's why it's really so powerful. Getting back to here, you just got a very simple sales script. You will then close the lead. Let's just say it's a 10K offer. Charge them 10K upfront, okay? 10K upfront. From there, you will collect your 10K, and then you will need to start delivering the product or service. Now, the beautiful thing about this is once you choose a particular niche, and you did speak about this before, which is niche again, you said riches are in the niches, right? once you actually niche down and do it for one type of IV therapy clinic, do you think it would be easier to do it for the next IV therapy clinic?
Yeah. I think you get a lot from it. I mean, especially if you're able to somehow get the information, the data that you found from every other call, like that would make it very valuable.
You mean from the agents?
Yeah, like,
yeah, definitely.
That somehow.
The agents are getting smarter over time.
Yeah.
The voice agents are getting smarter. The text agents are getting smarter. Because like you said, you're being fed data back from previous campaigns with different clients. Absolutely.
Wow. So you guys do that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how the system's been able to continually learn, is refeeding the data back in. That's how the voice and text agents get smarter. Your business improves over time without you having to do anything because your agents are just getting smarter.
Yeah.
On top of that, the technology is improving rapidly. So instead of you just putting this into a business, you're using these two things to get them the result that they want, and then you're profit sharing on the result with them. But while that's all happening, your voice and text agents are getting smarter because the models are getting better. Claude's releasing new models. GPT is releasing new models. 2 years ago, we were getting great results. Now we're getting exceptional results just because they're getting smarter. To leverage the technology this way, instead of going one-to-one, hand-to-hand combat with every single business owner, trying to find what they need right now and then build out a workflow for them, you just say, I'm going to get you more money, more customers using an asset that you already have. I'm going to train voice and text AI agents to run to your database. I'm going to charge you 10K up front and then maybe a little revenue share just for setting that for you. How does that sound? Of course they're going to say yes. Now, the delivery is something that you can productize yourself. You can, do you know what productizing means?
Well, yeah, like it's like turning it into something that's, I mean, repeatable, like I was saying, right? Like turning it to a system that you can easily repeat and just kind of sell over and over and over again instead of having to redo everything every single time, like what I was doing, right?
Exactly.
Is that right? Okay.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So commoditize means everyone's doing the same thing and they're running to the bottom on pricing. Productize means you have one system which you build once and you refine relentlessly over time. But that same system is what you'll use for every single client. So do you think that that would be an easier business for you to run rather than trying to do custom builds,
Yes.
custom work for every single client?
Most definitely.
Right. And the other thing is it perpetually gets more and more enticing for your customers because you're getting more data back. You're also getting more case studies and more feedback from people in that niche. And you can leverage all of that to get new customers. Hence, then your actual ad costs then tend to trickle down a little as well. Now, in terms of delivery, this setup only takes around 4 hours to set up. That's it. 4 hours to set up. Why? Because you're using pre-trained voice and text AI agents and they just go into the database. So current state, desired state, selling something for 10K. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah, most definitely. A lot more sense than what I've been doing.
Now, in terms of the model as a whole, I want you to tell me, do you think that it's easier to actually run a business where you have 3 clients a month that you charge 10K for? Or do you think it's going to be easier doing the same model that you're doing?
Most definitely this model. That's what I'm trying to say.
Got you. Now, do you have any questions before I move on to the next part?
I mean, it's so straightforward. The only question I really have is why I've been doing it the other way.
So I'm going to go through the delivery right now because the delivery is what everyone really wants to know. Okay? Is how do we actually deliver that 10K service? So let me go through the software that we currently use. So we use voice agents, voice AI, and we use retail for this. I believe you use retail already.
Yes.
Right? Retail's pretty simple. Have you built text-based agents before?
Yes, I have.
What did you use?
Done Go High Level. I've used Retell as well.
Okay.
But mainly stuff between those two. And then early on building like, some custom Twilio ones where it just goes to OpenAI.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. What's been the best one that you've used so far?
I think Retell was pretty solid. Retell was solid.
Retell was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But honestly, they're all kind of about the same. I mean, at the end of the day, it's getting sent to the LLM, coming back, and if the prompting's not good or something goes wrong in the mix, it just falls apart.
So you've got some experience doing that. We currently use Closebot just because we found that Closebot is so customizable for our use case. We're able to train the agent and really upload feedback and give it a loop where it can learn over and over and over again from the results and the data that it collects. So in terms of the system, we use voice AI, retail, text agents, we use Closebot, and then we use our activation agents, software, which is actually just GHL lightweight. And we just connected these two integrations into GHL. Very simple. Now, for the delivery aspect, we have our 3 components here. These are our main components of the software. What we do is we use retail to actually go out and communicate with the leads on voice in particular situations. So I'll give you the actual use case and how it works from end to end. We're going to take the database. Let's give the clinic owner a name. You want to give her a fake name?
Let's do Maria.
Maria, okay. Let's take Maria's database. Database of Maria. How many contacts does Maria have?
In the database, let's say 1,600.
Good number, okay. So Maria has 1,600 contacts. Great. And what services and products does she sell?
Well, if it's a clinic, I guess I don't know the market too well.
Let's say IV therapy clinic. Let's just say
let's go for that. IV therapy. So, I mean, IVs, obviously.
IV therapy, yeah.
And there's probably different package levels to the IVs, right?
Absolutely. And what is the average order value of IV therapy? Let's just say like 2,000.
Yeah, $2,000.
Let's say 2,000 for like a IV therapy package. Great. So we have our owner, we have the amount of leads in their database, we have the services that they sell, and we have the average price point, 2K. Very simple. Now, what we need to figure out is how do we get our voice agents and text agents to sell this 2K service to the 1,600 people on the list? That's the real question. The way that we do it is we use a mixture of just AI and automation. You have a lot of context. You're a really smart individual. How do you think we would actually train these agents to sell these?
Well, I would think just off the bat, you'd want to create some kind of urgency. You'd want some sort of urgency as well as some sort of perceived value in that moment. So again, that kind of ties to the urgency, but an offer that, you know, maybe is discounting, where they see some kind of value in, again, like the urgency. That moment would be one of the biggest things for me. Besides that, that's kind of my biggest input or biggest thought would be some kind of urgency or offer.
Absolutely. So you want to have the agents create urgency. Great. So out of these 1,600 leads, the text agent is going to go out to them and actually start communicating with them, texting the leads, opening up a conversation. What they need to do is create urgency. You're absolutely right on that. They need to create urgency around this $2,000 offer that we're going to sell. And the way in which we actually have been able to do this is we actually just do something simple. We offer the leads a gift voucher on the front end. So for a $2,000 offer, we can say, let's just say a $400 gift voucher. It's the simplest way. Now, let me ask you a question. If Nike said, hey, Nico, I'm going to give you a $400 gift voucher to use at our store, what would you say?
I would be skeptical at first, for sure, because, you know, that's just a good offer. But I'd be happy if it was real. I'd look into it.
Of course, you would look into it, right?
Yeah, unless
because there's urgency there and it's a great offer, you'd be very curious to see what it's about. Great. So that's really what the agents open with. This Closebot agent, which is on text, will open with a very simple message and we'll say, let's just go, hey, Nico, we're giving away 10 $400 gift vouchers to use at our IV therapy clinic this week. Would you like one? And like you said, most people, even though they may be skeptical, they'll say yes because they're very curious about the offer. And that's the way that we create urgency and actually get people engaged so the agent can actually then go and have a conversation with them and then eventually sell them this $2,000 package, right? Does that make sense? Now, once the lead is engaged, the agent will actually spend 3 days in total, 3 days, communicating with the lead back and forth, warming them up, having a conversation, just like a sales rep would. You said you did sales and you have some experience doing sales.
Very little, but yes.
But you have some. I mean, you sold a 5K package, which is amazing, right? During the sales that you've done, you notice that it's difficult to try and get someone to pay you right away. You have to give them some sort of education. And as a sales rep, what you're doing is you're actually having a conversation with the customer. You're asking them about their goals, about what they would like to achieve, what they want to get to. You want to ask them about their desired state, don't you? That's exactly what the agents do, exactly what humans do. In that 3-day period, the Closebot agent is just having a conversation with the customer, offer them the voucher, and is out talking about their goals with them, having a conversation back and forth just as a human would. Now, has there ever been a time when it's possible to have a team of humans contact 1,600 people and have conversations, texting them one by one.
No, not without like outsourcing it to some giant, like, offshores, like text agent. And most of the times it's not very good. Like,
Exactly.
it's poor.
You have to train them and manage them. I mean,
Expensive.
exactly. Let's just say 1,600 leads. If you were to get a team of humans to do this, you probably need maybe 10 people to do this. 160 contacts a day over 3 days. You have to pay them a bunch of money. Plus, it would be pretty difficult for them to manage.
Yeah.
Whereas you know a lot about agents. What can the agent do?
And you can do all of that, like, basically instantly. I mean, you don't even
Exactly.
have 3 days technically.
Exactly.
So-
And you can just set it up once and it just runs. So we understand that we've created urgency, we've sent a $400 gift voucher. The agents will then communicate with them over 3 days via text. The agents will then activate the lead. So activate the lead and get their interest. Okay? Interest. Once they're interested in the offer, the agent will then do something simple, just send them to a funnel. And then the agent will walk through the conversion. Right? So you have 1,600 database for Maria's Click selling IV therapy services for $2K. Your agent has created urgency by sending out a $400 gift voucher to the $1,600 leads, and within 3 days of nurturing has been able to activate those leads, get their interest, send them to a funnel, and then collect payment and get the conversion. That's literally it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, it's amazing.
Right?
It's almost sounds like magic, but it's not. Yeah, and a year ago it would have seemed like magic.
Yeah, I mean, a year ago, it didn't work in the way that it does now, but
Yeah.
the technology is just getting better and better and better over time. Now, in terms of the voice agents, where do they come in? So the data that we have right now using this exact system is that most people just generally want to text. Like, how often do you speak on the phone?
Not that often.
Yeah, you're the last generation as well. So you're born in the 2000s. So you probably do very little actual calling, right? Maybe when you speak to your parents or
About it, yeah.
yeah. So we figured the same thing with the agents. A lot of people are using voice AI agents in the wrong way right now. They're not actually following human behavior. Human behavior is you'll have someone who is texting all day, and then you need to actually try and match where they're at, which is texting. But a lot of people are using voice AI to instantly call these leads, but people don't want to answer their phone. People don't actually want to speak on the phone. They just want to have a conversation in the way in which they usually do, which is via text message, right? So then what would we actually use the voice agents for? What do you think?
Maybe like some form of reactivation if they go cold. I'm honestly not sure. Like, if the text handles most of it, the call, yeah, I would think maybe just to kind of get their attention again, it'd be a good way. Or if they hadn't answered the text, call them again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe if they prefer call, I don't know. There's a couple of reasons, but I'm not sure.
You're absolutely right in everything that you said. It's just there for support. That's it. And we actually tried to initially call every single bleed with the voice agent, but we had the worst results because people don't want to answer their phone. They don't want to be sold to. They just want to have a conversation in the way that they usually do, which is by just texting, right? So the retail agent is used for support, specifically for support. I'll give you the 3 use cases, very simple. If a client would like to speak to someone from Maria's Clip, they can click a little phone button. I don't know how to draw a phone, but a little phone button, right? They can click the little phone button on the text message and they can call the retail agent. And then the retail agent there is set up to actually just support the customer. Hey, it's Nico. I'm just calling up. I saw the offer for the $400 gift voucher. I just want to get some more information about it. That retail agent is just trained to help that particular person in understanding what they need to know about the offer. That's it, just there for support. The other 2 use cases that we've found is the second one is if someone drops off, like you said, and stops communicating with the agents at the 3-day mark, the retail agent is set up to then just give them a call and just follow them up. And the third one is if someone is activated, goes through the funnel, makes the conversion, but does not make a booking, we'll have an agent which will then call them to make sure that they book it. That's the 3 use cases that we found, right? It's so simple. It's so simple. But all of this information that I'm showing you here, it took us years to figure it out because we had to do exactly what you were doing. Start off at freelancing, making around 3K a month, hiring all these people to deliver services. And then we realized we had to sell high ticket. And then we had to figure out all this. But this is exactly how you deliver on the 10K product. So what questions do you have so far?
A few that come up more, I guess it's kind of in the weeds here.
Yeah, please.
But with the SMS, you know, a lot of people get concerned about like spam or just like, say like stop or anything like that. You know, like if I get a spam message or a message I'm not necessarily expecting, most of the times I'll look at it quickly and be like, okay, whatever. And then hit stop or just leave it, delete it, you know, whatever it might be. How do you get them to not do that? Like,
that's a great question, man. You're really smart. I'll tell you that much. So it was something that we had to figure out early on is how do we get our number to be what we call warmed up, which is just to let the lead know that we are actually from the business that we say we're from and that we're trustworthy. So you remember how I said we do a 3-day sequence? The first day sequence is actually called a warm-up. And you're going to like this because you're a very technical person. We train the text agent on the last service that the customer has come in for.
oh, wow. Okay.
Right?
Cool. Yeah.
So the agent will send a text message on the first date and will say, hey, Nico, what would you like your agent's name to be?
Let's go with Sergio.
It's Sergio. Where'd you get that from?
No idea. But Sergio, it just, I guess, works.
Hey, Nico, it's Sergio from Maria's Clinic. From Maria's Clinic. Just checking in after your last trip, after your last, let's just say NAD trip. You know what NAD is?
No.
NAD is like it's like an IV therapy supplement, right? After your last NAD treatment. Now, you just said spam, you just said trusting of the number, etc. If someone messaged you this, does that feel like a spam message or does this feel like they know you?
It feels like they know me because I didn't even think about the fact it's coming to leads who are already technically warm. Like they're cold leads, but they know the business. They've worked with the business. It's not like it's completely new to what the business is. So
Absolutely.
you already have a little bit of trust there.
Yeah. So this kind of makes sense to you, right?
It leverages that. It's nice.
Exactly. So if someone actually messaged you this, say you did go to Maria's Clinic for an NAD, how would you feel about this message?
Wouldn't think anything negative, that's for sure. Just be like, oh, wow, that's very nice of them. They're checking in on me.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So the frame of mind is, instead of seeing it as a spam message, it's instantly built trust with you. That's what day one is about. It's really about just warming up the number. And we don't really see many conversations happening on this day one. It's just to warm up the number and actually just bring it front of mind to the lead that you are from Maria's Clinic and you're reaching out about your last treatment just to check in. Building trust, warming up the number, that's what we call it. From there, we have our day two. And the day two is where we actually will then drop the voucher. Okay? So that's when we'll do the $400 gift voucher. So the message is very simple. The message is very simple. I'm not going to write it down. I'll just say it to you. Hey, Nico, it's Sergio. I know I reached out yesterday. I'm just letting you know that we're launching our new loyalty rewards program at Maria's Clinic. And we're just giving away 10 $400 gift vouchers. Would you like one? And that's how we set it up in that particular way. So we're able to then warm them up, get them the gift voucher. We build trust with the client. That's the main thing, building trust with the client. Warming them up, building trust, giving them the gift voucher. And on this day, there's only one thing that they can do. They can just get the gift voucher. We have a system through mobile wallet. It's a discussion for another day, but the gift voucher just gets added to their Apple Wallet. Right? And it literally just says, in the nice clinic's branding, Maria's Clinic's branding, $400 voucher for this particular clinic. Right? It sits in your Apple Wallet. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, and the agents just deliver everything for you. Between the mixture of agents and automation, the agent will engage the lead and then will send them their own custom gift voucher with their name on it.
Wow. And do they just show that when they come to the clinic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, they show it when they come to the clinic. So pretty cool. Now, on day 3 is where we actually will let them use the voucher. So day 3 is where we will then say, hey, Nico, it's Sergio again. I see you've claimed one of our vouchers. Congratulations. Today's the day you can actually use it. And that's when the agent will then send access to the funnel. They have their $400 gift voucher. They see the funnel. The funnel has the $2,000, say, treatment or service offer that they have for the IV therapy services. You use your $400 voucher on the $2,000 service, you get it for $1,600. It's great.
Yeah.
Now, that is how the conversion takes place. It's so simple. Warm up, send them the voucher, have it installed in their wallet so that it feels real for them. It feels like it's actually money. Then the agent will on day 3, send them access to the funnels, and then we'll just follow them up until it makes the conversion. That's literally how simple it is. That's the inside of the system.
And does this day 3, does it only send the funnel to people who actually added the voucher to the wallet?
Correct.
Cool. How do you ensure that?
Well, we can track it, right?
Yeah.
We can track it so we can see how many people actually downloaded the voucher. If someone did not download the voucher, it means they're not interested. So we actually just don't send them any further messages. The agents are all trained for this. Instead, the agent will then pick out, let's just say it was 400 people. 400 people wanted the $400 gift voucher. They will only be sent the funnel and the follow-up messages from there. That's it. Cool. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you don't do anything. It's all run through your page. It's all set up, ready to go. You launch the system, and then all of a sudden, there's sales coming through. Now, do you see how if you're able to just close 5 sales here, you have a 1,600 contacts. If you close 5 sales at $2K, that's the $10K that she paid you up front. If you're able to close 50, that's $100,000. Yeah. That's how you're able to charge $10K and even a revenue share for a service that you can deliver rather than going hand-to-hand combat with every single person on Fiverr and Upwork trying to sell the same service. That's pretty much it. That's the delivery. If you do this 3 times in a month, you make your 30K a month.
And I mean, with how easy this is to deliver, it doesn't need to be only 3 times. It'd be a whole lot more, it seems.
Yeah, correct. What we could do from there, I mean, you could just scale up your ads, right? So you can just scale up your ads. We can have just yourself handling Google Meet calls every day, closing 10K deals, and then you'll have a small delivery assistant. You could even have someone from a remote worker actually set this up for you. It just take 4 hours to set up, and then you can actually just run the agents. Wow. That's how simple it is. It's incredible. What other questions do you have?
It's so straightforward. It's kind of hard to have any questions that you didn't already answer.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, this model is quite unique and it's quite interesting because we have a component that most people in the AI space don't have. There's actually a physical infrastructure component to this entire system.
Really? Wow.
And the physical infrastructure component, the physical infrastructure component is actually to solve one major problem. And there is really one major problem in this whole system. What do you think that problem actually is?
We're using softwares, could be a little expensive. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I couldn't see that gap.
So the agents need to text people. Text message costs can get quite costly over time. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
To activate a 1,600 list, have you ever done any sort of activations before or have any data around that?
Very little. Like, I wouldn't count it. It was just kind of like plugging an agent in and then just did a little bit of reactivation to a campaign, like a cold email campaign.
Oh, it was email that was free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. Well, on average, to have a conversation with the customer over this 3-day period with the follow-ups and everything else included, the agents actually cost around $2 per contact.
Oh, wow.
So you can see here that if we look at that figure there, we're going to be paying roughly $3,200 for the cost for messaging, right? Now, you've got your 10K collected and you're going to lose $3,200 straight away. It's really, to scale long term, it's going to be quite difficult to do that because what if the customer has 50,000 leads in their database, right? How much are you going to be paying? $100K?
Oh, way too much. Yeah.
Right. So the biggest problem that we had to solve early on was once we figured out the model, we figured out how to productize, sell it for 10K. The problem that we kept running into in the model was that we kept having to spend money on text message cost. But what we were able to actually do was build a system called the revenue rack. So I'll explain what it is right now. The revenue rack is it's a rack of physical phones. Physical phones. Right? It's like a ninja level hack at the moment. So let's say for Maria's campaign that we had 12 phones that we used. Okay? What you're actually able to do is use a software called My CRM Sim. It's called My CRM Sim. My CRM Sim. And you are able to run all of your text-based AI agents through these phones instead of using a platform like Twilio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So you will actually physically see, if you have the phones laid out on a table, the agents having conversations, 50 to 100 conversations at once per phone, messaging customers back and forth, texting them, answering their questions. People may even be sending in photos. The agent can view that photo, send a response back. It's amazing.
Wow.
So through My CRM Sim, you're able to actually connect up an unlimited SIM card. So have you seen, I'm sure you probably have an unlimited SIM card, right?
Yes.
Unlimited SIM. Unlimited SIM. How much do you pay for your SIM card?
I'm on like one of the top packages, so like 90 a month.
That's with your phone, probably?
Yeah.
With your phone, right. You can get unlimited SIMs for $10.
Wow.
All right, $10. So we have 12 phones here. It's $120 to run the system. So you can now take your 10K up front. Instead of paying $3,200 to run the agents, you can just spend $120 to run the agents. And these agents will then, on CloseBot, use these phones to be able to contact the 1,600 customers and sell them all those treatments and services and those products. So not only now are you able to sell something for 10K, you can also keep most of the profit because you're actually cutting out the main expense, which is using unlimited SIMs instead of using Twilio as a service for $3,200 to actually send out the messages through the agents.
I mean, that's $3,080 more in your pocket.
Exactly. $3,080 more. Exactly. And in terms of scalability for long term, like I said, imagine you signed a client that has 10,000 in their database. You can't charge them 20,000 up front or 30,000 up front. There's going to be, even if you did, there's no profit in there for you. But once you have a system like the revenue rack, all of a sudden you can run unlimited messages for $120 a month for Maria's clinic. And that's it.
It's amazing.
That's the delivery software.
Truly genius. Like it's
Yeah, I'm glad that you like
it's a separator for sure.
having a hardware component to the entire business. It gives you a moat that most people don't have. You see, even if other people try to copy the model that you're trying to run here, say you did want to run this model, right? Say this is a solve and a fix for the problem that you're going through. If you have a bunch of VAs online or in, say, Pakistan, India, Nigeria, Philippines, trying to run this model, they physically won't be able to unless they have this infrastructure. And this gives you something that's so powerful in this day and age, which is actually a moat around your business. And this gives you now clarity and also confidence to build long term because you have a moat, which you pay $120 a month for your moat. So remember how we talked about being commoditized very early?
Yeah.
Is this now something that can be easily commoditized?
No, it's not. It's like you said, a moat. It's good separation from everything.
Exactly. Because you have this moat, you all of a sudden can be invested into the long-term success in your business and also feel a level of confidence, because to actually build out this revenue rack infrastructure that you have, it takes a bit of time and not everyone is going to do it. You can't just go on a computer and click a few buttons. You have a physical infrastructure that actually is behind your business. And this is really the biggest problem that we had to solve. And it's really the problem that was able to get us to the figures that we are right now and to be so profitable. So what would you like to add, or what questions do you have?
Well, one thing I'll add is, if you remember when we first started, I was like, oh, I want to be able to do 20 to 30K with profit, you know? And the way I'm doing it obviously does not work. Can't scale that high now unless you put a lot of time in, and you're doing very thin margins the whole time. This, I mean, you're just solved one of the biggest constraints when it comes to margins. Having to do the whole activation, costing so much before, 3,200, now it's 120. There's so much profit back to you. And 4 hours of setup, so it's easy, like it's systemized, or systematized, productized, and now it's just easy to deliver. So the cost of delivery is low. The cost of actually running the system seems to be pretty dang low. And then the acquisition being fairly cheap. You said about 35 to 50, correct?
Yeah, $30 to $50 for, just because you're targeting local businesses. Those guys are on their phones every day and they are the sole decision maker in the deal. It's not like an enterprise or a medium-sized business deal. You're just going straight to Maria herself and she's clicking on your ad and then booking a call with you.
It's amazing. It's just incredible.
So $30 to $50. Now, I just want to quickly break down a cost analysis to show you exactly how this is actually going to get you to your desired state of 30K. Let's just say $50 acquisition. We'll take the high end to acquire Maria. Then you spend $120 for your infrastructure, which is for the revenue rack. Then from there, let's just say you don't want to do the delivery set yourself. Let's just say that you want a VA to do it for you. Let's just say it's $100. Okay? What's the total of that?
It's low. It's only, what, 370, yeah.
$270. So from the 10K that you collected up front, you're doing I'm going to test my maths now, 9,700 and, is it 70? $30, sorry, right? That's it. That's your profit margin. Now you just do this 3 times and then you get to your desired state.
Yeah.
That's it. And that is how you build a 20 to 50K per month AI business using voice and text AI agents. That is how you get from your current state of where you are, being a freelancer who is struggling day in, day out to make this business work, to then getting to your desired state of making 30K a month by using a business that is incredibly profitable and that is productized and scalable.
It almost seems too good to be true. It was like incredible.
It literally does seem too good to be true because the technology is too good to be true. There's never been a time where we've been able to use text and voice agents to just call and text customers at scale like this. Never been possible. So yeah, it is actually too good to be true, but it's just because the technology is here. Can you imagine it 12 months from now, how good those agents will be?
Scary. Scary good.
Scary good.
It already is scary good.
Scary good. Scary good. And something simple just to close, like say we get, even a 3% conversion on Maria's database, right? 3% conversion, 16 times 3, let's just say 50, right? 50 people that come through on a 2K offer, that's 100K you made on a 3% conversion. As your agents get smarter over time, through Claude releasing a new model, through GPT releasing a new model, your agents just get smarter over time. The conversion rates start to go up. And the beautiful thing about this as well, do you understand that though? That component about it just increasing in intelligence and just becoming smart?
Yes, of course. It was actually part of the struggle with the freelance, because in order to stay at the head of the game, to make sure you can charge the most, you had to keep relearning something basically every other week because it updated and there's new things to learn. And now you have to change your strategy a little bit to match the new update. So it was actually one of the big struggles, and part of the reason was constantly in this loop.
Absolutely right. Yeah, you see this so clearly, and it's funny because you're able to actually see where you are and then take all the information you have and articulate how this can actually solve a lot of your problems. It's really interesting that you said that. Now, the final thing that I wanted to touch on is the fact that you're delivering the business owner's desired result, which is more customers and more money, almost instantly. You can do this by the time you set it up and get everything moving, close the sale within a 7-day period, right? Do you think that customer is going to come back to you again?
Yes.
And do you think that you can charge her the same amount again?
Yes.
Right. So this is the beautiful thing about the model is now that you've worked with Maria and her 1,600 database, Maria is going to keep coming back to Nico over and over again, because you can actually run Maria's campaign anywhere between 3 to 4 times per year. Per year. And each time you can charge her 10K up front.
Really? The upfront every single time. That's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
You can cut the deals however you like. Like some of our partners, what they do is for the subsequent activations, they will charge a little less just to get the person back in.
Yeah.
But you just maintain that relationship with Maria and she will actually come back to you because guess what? You've turned her 10K into 50K. So of course she wants to come back to you.
Yeah.
Of course. Every 3 to 4 months, she's going to be knocking on your door saying, hey, Niga, can I do that again, please? And that's why that's so powerful because now to get to your desired state of 30K a month, how many clients do you think you actually need? You don't actually need 3 clients a month. Let's just say you would need about 10 solid clients that you maintain relationships with every single year that will come back to you and run the activation 3 to 4 times. That will get you to 30K a month.
Yeah.
You just need 10 great businesses that you maintain relationships with. That's it.
And on the same point of how happy Maria is after all of this, I mean, who does Maria know? Other business owners, other people in the space. And if she's constantly talking about, oh, this company just got me these results, I mean, that's going to bring more people in, I'd imagine, right?
Absolutely. And especially if you're running like meta ads, right? You can use that as a case study for ads to get better ad costs, acquire better customers. It's really very simple. Now, just to bring this all together, I really want you to explain it back to me. And I love doing this with all of my partners when I do coaching with them. I'd love if you can just explain how simple this is in a way that makes sense for you. Just everything that we spoke about, just either talk about it or write it down, explain the model back to front so I know that you understand it.
Okay. So if we go exactly as you had it. So we acquisition, then we have the sale, and then we have the delivery. Cross there. Then that adds, which is the main part of the acquisition.
Correct.
Right? So that's pretty simple. I can just leave meta ads as the acquisition, right?
How would you actually acquire the customer through the ad?
With the, okay, so you want the full thing?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then the ad, and then that goes to the funnel, correct? Which has the VSL. And then that goes to, so that goes to booking a call, correct? The type form that has the,
Calendly integration.
yeah, so I'll just put type T and then C. So type form, that's Calendly, and that leads to booking. And then for the actual sale, is it the Google Meet? Oh, goodness. My hand's getting all shaky. I'm getting too excited. So yeah, I'll just put Google. Google Meet.
Too excited.
So it'll be Google Meet. And then that goes into, closing it. And that's kind of the sale right there. And you can close it by showing all the value that it offers because it's instant results. It's going to be very, very easy, all in all. And that leads to the sale. So that's pretty straightforward, right? That sounds about right.
Absolutely. You're getting them to their desired result, which is to get more.
More money and then more customers.
Exactly.
Piece of the money. So it's for
Exactly.
And then when it comes to delivery, the system, since it's all productized, like you said, it's all just one system. You can deliver quickly. You said 4 hours, correct? So 4-hour delivery
4 hours
of the actual system. And then once the system's activated, it reactivates their CRM. My goodness, I'm getting all excited. Reactivate. Cool. So reactivate the system. And then after the reactivation, it's going to do the 3-day sequence. And then eventually just convert that. Do you want a little more details in the delivery?
No.
Because it's pretty straightforward. I can even say it in less. Meta ads, funnel, because the funnel is going to be with the VSL. And then that goes to booking. Then you have the Google Meet. You show them all the value. You show them how you're going to do it. You close them. Then you have the setup, which you could even delegate to somebody else. After the delegation, you start running the campaign in their business, which you said you could do in about a 7-day period, correct? When it comes to actually getting them closed to delivering it all, 7 days. And then the example that you gave, in a matter of 3 days of having it activated, it turned into 110,000, you said, correct?
111,000.
111,000. So it's pretty straightforward. It's simpler than what I had to write out here.
There we go. Now that is how you get to your desired state of making 30K a month.
Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.